I'm delighted that this season of Crazy Sexy Food is sponsored by premium appliance manufacturer Melesha. Over the last few years, I have got close to this incredible brand through Tom Kerridge's Pub in the Park Festival, where I've had the pleasure to watch and eat dishes prepared by some of the UK's finest chefs using Melesha. I was also invited to a special event by the brand at the fabulous S10 Park, which features Melesha throughout, with lunch cooked by one of the UK's most exciting and innovative restaurateurs, Tommy Banks. If you are on a kitchen journey, I would highly recommend a visit to one of its experience centres, where you will not only receive bespoke advice, but can also join one of the many courses to experience its appliances firsthand, including getting to enjoy lots of delicious food. Excitingly, it's opening a new Mayfair store, which is just opposite the Ritz, a great way to spend an afternoon. This year is an exciting milestone for the family-owned company, who will be celebrating its 125th anniversary. And while Melesha continues to innovate, it stays true to its motto, Immer besser, which means forever better. The majority of its products are put through tough durability tests during the development phase to simulate 20 years' use. For ovens, this includes opening and closing the door 24,000 times. To celebrate the partnership, Melesha is kindly giving my listeners 10% off its fabulous appliances on melesha.co.uk or through its experience centres until September with the code CrazyMelesha. This week, I'm joined by Melesha Ogaro, better known as Lady Leshurr, one of the UK's leading female rappers. She's giving me boss lady vibes as she joins me from room 720 at the Four Seasons Hotel London at Park Lane. We're here in bed. We've just ordered a feast on room service and we've only just met. I love this for me. Melesha, known for her talented freestyles, gained huge praise for her Queen's Speech series of raps, which became popular in 2016. Since being in the limelight from 2009, she has paved the way for young female rappers. Melesha, thank you so much for joining me on Crazy Sexy Food.
I can't believe we're in bed. Like, this is actually, I've never done anything like this.
This is also the quickest I've got into bed after meeting someone.
Wow. Yep, same. Quickest one night stand I've ever had in my life. But I feel good. I feel welcomed.
Good. I'm so glad. As long as you're comfortable, yeah. I'm comfortable. It's all good. Now, I've got to tell you a funny story. And I get this a lot with particularly musicians and artists who have another name as like their stage name or whatever. Yeah. So when we were booking this, I've obviously always known you as Lady Leshurr, that's that. And I'm seeing some of like emails that I was CC'd in and it's like, the title is like Melesha and I'm thinking, who's Melesha? I haven't booked someone called Melesha. I don't know who this person is. So I'm just going along for weeks being like, yeah, great. Trying to Google, who's Melesha? And then eventually I was like, oh, no. We're talking about the same person.
Right.
So what would you prefer to be called?
So, to be honest, I feel like Melesha is like, it gives me work vibes. Like, okay. I remember working in Subway and it's like, Mal, can you cut the onions? So it kind of triggers me when people call me Mal or Melesha.
Okay, I don't want to trigger you. I need to talk about this though. You worked at Subway.
Oh yeah, it's like, I love that job. It's actually mad.
I love Subway.
I absolutely love Subway. And every time, like even all to this day, I think the last time I worked there was when I was 25. This is over 10 years ago now. But every time I'm always like, guys, the best fast food place is Subway. It's the most healthiest. It's the most cleanest. Every time you have to wash your hands, put the gloves on. Nothing's dodgy like how...
Some other places.
I'm not going to name no names, but all my other siblings have worked at the other ones and they've all told me
stories.
Oh my gosh, I nearly threw up.
Really?
Because I used to love these fast food places and it's just like... No way.
Okay,
never
so
again.
do you know what I love about Subway, which a lot of people, it's what they dislike about Subway?
What?
I love the smell of Subway. When you walk past a Subway store, I'm like,
fresh bread.
Yes, that smell.
I love it.
I want like a pizziola, and I used to do a foot long. I used to do a foot long.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I'll tell you what my favourite was. My favourite before I stopped eating pork was the BMT.
Oh, yes, like a meat feast.
Yes,
yeah.
It was just like a dancing meat festival in your mouth. Pause. No, I don't know. I think that might come across a bit different to other people.
Whilst we're in bed.
And we're in bed as well. No, it's a bit too much.
I love it.
But
listen,
no,
this is called Crazy Sexy Food. We're here for a reason. So, I mean, this is obviously the first time we've met. going on with you at the moment?
Yeah.
I was sort of following a lot of stuff over the past few months, but what are you working on at the moment? Do we have new music coming out?
Yes.
You were in Toronto, you were in St. Kitts, which I'd love to talk about in a minute.
Yeah.
Sort of catch us up.
So, yes, it is going to be the return, the comeback, 2024. I needed a couple years off, do you know what I mean? And also a lot of things have been happening to me. So it's like I've had to go back to the motherland and refresh, rejuvenate and restart again. And I feel like I just got the inspiration I needed there. And on top of that, St. Kitts, that's where my parents are from, it made me understand why they are the way they are, why they speak the way they do, the slang, and I just understood who I was. And I think connecting with my roots is what has made this new creation of music start to come out of me now. Like, it's a whole different direction. So I'm excited because everyone always knows me as the Queen's Speech. Oh yeah, brush your teeth. Yeah. But I'm mature now. I'm older. I want to be able to relate to people. I want to talk about relationships, situations, life experiences, and I feel like I'm in that zone now.
I love this for you. I'm so excited.
You.
It's funny because obviously, you do mention it has been quite a roller coaster of a year for you.
My gosh.
And you're out the other side, which I'm very happy to see.
Thank you.
And I was actually watching your journey in St. Kitts, and it was quite emotional watching it actually because it was your first time there, right?
First time.
And like I felt like do we call it a viewer or whatever? But as I was watching it, I was just like, I felt what you were feeling as well.
Did you?
And it was really, like, I'm excited for you.
Thank you. I mean, I can't lie. I literally got off the plane. I've been to so many places, and I've never got off a plane and like gone down the escalators and I can see "Welcome to St. Kitts and Nevis." The tears have started. I don't know what came over me. It's like I started tingling, shaking, and the tears have started coming, and I just felt connected to my ancestors or something. I don't know what it was, but it was just great. And then on top of that, the people there are beautiful. They're so humble. They're so friendly and happy. Oh, it's just beautiful. You see the sky everywhere you go. It's not built up. It's not touristy. It's just, you look up, you see the sky. You see sea and sand and sky and sun every day you wake up, and it's just beautiful.
Oh God, I want to get there right now. I actually have always wanted to go to St. Kitts, and we're going to come back to it in a minute because we do need to talk about the food.
Okay, yeah.
Because I saw you tried a few things for the first time whilst you were there.
Yes.
But I want to take it back for a second. So you were born and raised in Birmingham, in Solihull.
I love that in there, you know.
I've actually weirdly spent a lot of time in Birmingham, funnily enough. Yeah, I used to go to what was it called?
Coleshill?
No.
Sutton Coldfield?
Yeah, Sutton Coldfield.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I know. Don't ask. But
me.
I had sort of like an illegitimate godmother who used to take me up there to see her friend, and yeah. So I've spent time there.
Sutton's nice.
Yeah,
Sutton's
it's lovely.
Nice.
But I'd love to I want to take you back. Talk to me about your childhood. What was life like growing up? But what were you eating? Who was cooking?
Right.
What was on the kitchen table? Sort of paint the whole picture for us.
This is crazy, So we grew up in a white area, so we was one of the very few black families, and my mom gave birth to me in the house that she still lives in. Yeah.
What?
She don't want to give that house away. I brought her the house next door, and she just knocked it in now. She's got a massive house, but that's random.
Story.
I don't even know why I'm sliding that in, but I'm trying to build and paint the picture. So growing up, I had two sisters and one brother, and we also had a babysitter who was like my second mom. White woman, lovely, treated me like her daughter, and I just, that was like my second mom. I'd go around the corner after spending Christmas with my mom and go around with her parents, who were like my grandparents, and have a second Christmas. I was so spoiled. No one else was able to do that, just me. So I would have two types of food, and then when my babysitter would come and look after us when my mom's doing 3 jobs, she would cook us the most, I can't lie, she would cook us liver and rice.
Oh no.
Liver?
No.
I never knew that was even allowed to be eaten. I thought that was a human part. So when I was younger, I was just thinking, this woman's a witch. Like, where is she getting all these human parts from? So anyway, we'd have to eat it because that's just what it was. And then we'd have corned beef and rice. So there's a lot of stuff that I grew up on that I didn't really like.
Yeah.
But my main favourite dishes that my mum would cook and my babysitter would be spaghetti bolognese. My mum would cook ackee and saltfish, which is a great St. Kittitian dish. Curry go. But you know what it is? We never grew up in like, because there's a lot of Caribbean families that it's just Caribbean food every day. We didn't really get that. It was more like we'd have a lot of just like British food basically, and because my mom was working a lot, she wouldn't really be able to cook like proper Caribbean food. So I grew up just eating fish and chips, corned beef and rice, rolling up bread and dipping it in ketchup. Like there was struggle times too.
There was some quite elite snacks there, though, actually.
They were banging.
Yeah.
I'd cut up a whole cucumber, put it on a plate, salt, vinegar, pepper, the Bisto granules, just weird combinations.
No, you know what? I like the sound of that. That sounds delicious.
I loved it. Like I was really obsessed with salt. It's bad. But I used to that was one of my greatest snacks as well. So yeah, I grew up on all different types of food, but mainly it was just like liver and corned beef and rice.
Your mum was cooking at times when she could.
Yeah, it was quite rare because she would always be out the house. Like she'd always have jobs and stuff. And my babysitter would basically be there 90% of the time. Do you know what I mean? My mum would be gone by the time before I've even woke to go to school. Do you know what I mean? So my thing was, as long as I'm eating, I'm eating.
Yeah,
I didn't really take in that. What is my heritage? What is my dishes? Do you know what I mean? And I never knew because I was just going with the flow, eating.
And then sort of like bringing it to present day. Obviously, you've come back from St Kitts, so is it called Kittitian food? Right. So talk to us about that. I want to know what you were eating whilst you were out there.
Oh my
gosh! Because I've spent a lot of time in Jamaica,
yeah.
So I do know, and I've also grown up in Ladbroke Grove, which is obviously a big West Indian area. So I do know my stuff, but I want to know like what you've been eating over the past few months when you were out there.
Okay, so when I got there, I was just thinking, please be salmon, because everyone knows me to love salmon.
Okay.
And one day I'm going to create my own salmon line because it just doesn't make sense. I promote other people's salmon. I might as well promote my own. So that's what I just thought about, salmon and lobster. But as time went on, because I was just eating salmon the first couple of days, I thought, you know what? I should start like literally trying other things. It's my first time here. So I discovered a thing called conch, C-O-N-C-H.
Okay, so I had to Google this. I've never tried it. It's spelt conch, but it's pronounced conch.
Yeah. But
What is it?
So I didn't know what it was when I was eating it. But the comments were telling me it was a sea creature. And I was just like, oh no. And then some people were like, yeah, I've literally saw them crawling and then we've picked it up and cooked it. And it's just like, oh my no. I can't picture it.
Fine.
But it's, oh my gosh, it's sensational. I can't explain the taste, but it's like, the texture of it is like lobster and salmon combined. Like it's that chewy, thick taste, but it's also got the delicacy of the seasoning of a salmon, like a really good.
You sound like you're sort of like describing food like a restaurant critic. I
yes,
love it.
no, genuinely. Like I used to do this on my Snapchat back in the day. Like I would order food from Just Eat and do a review as an old woman with a wig and glasses. Yeah, 100%.
But how is it served? Like what do they put it with?
So what I love about conch, well, I don't like to call it
that. I know what you mean.
I
want to call it conch as well.
Similar to
something
like that's why I didn't like saying it, because I don't like to swear.
I knew you and I were going to get on.
Yeah, so conch. I'm going to say conch and pronounce the H. What I love about it is very similar to salmon because you can cook it in different ways.
Fine.
So you can have it boiled, grilled, steamed and stuff. So the first time I had it, it was in a bowl. And like there was other stuff inside the bowl. It was like vegetables and stuff like that as well. But the other time I ordered it at the hotel I was staying in, it came in like, it looked like someone had cut it up with scissors. And it was like these little thin rectangle small pieces of it. And it was tougher.
Okay.
And it was chewier. But I really like that though. So it's the fact that you can taste different. So I was like, yep, if I lived here, this will be my new salmon. 100%, like it probably will replace salmon.
Do you know what else I quite like about it is that it's very of its location. You don't really get that in London. You wouldn't get it in London. I've never seen it on a menu ever.
Exactly.
Like you've got to get over there to try it.
Yeah, I was speaking to my friend about this yesterday because I said I was coming here and she was like,
I've just been given, look at this, we're professional, we got photos.
That looks
Here
so
we go.
good.
Oh wow, okay, there's some interesting photos of it. Oh, okay, so it's in like a shell.
Oh my God, you showed me the actual thing.
No, wait, hold on, that was the...
I thought you showed me the pretty dish with the colourful
No, here
salad.
we go. No, here we go, there we go. Is it something like that? Like fried... Like a fried dumpling.
I mean, mine looks so much more appealing to the eye.
Yeah, no, I
don't
know what's going on here. Google, sort your images out.
You know what it is? Just picture like a dumpling ball.
Yeah.
And literally when you bite it, inside is like that.
It sounds gorgeous.
It's beautiful, and you also get a dip with it as well.
Yeah.
Like they like lime over there, so a lot of their dips are lime based.
And then give me some other dishes. What else are we eating when we're over there?
Lobster. I went to a really, it was meant to be like the biggest lobster place there. So you know me, I came in my petty Sagittarius self and I was like, all right, let me check it out. Because my favourite lobster is Burger and Lobster in London.
Yeah.
We don't have that in Birmingham, so it's so frustrating. So sat down.
There's another business venture for you there.
Exactly. I'm thinking about doing salmon and seafood.
Do it.
Burger and lobster, steak and lobster, salmon and seafood. So now I've sat down, I've ordered the biggest one, which was like $200. Because I thought, I might as well do this big. It was huge. It was about this big. Huge. But the thing is, it was great, like looking at, but the flavours were lost because they'd done too much. Like with Burger and Loves, it's like you have that garlic butter sauce and it just brings everything together.
Keeps it simple.
Oh, my mouth's watering. Yeah. But with this one, it was like there was so much seasoning in it. It just didn't really work for me.
Okay.
So I had my lobster. I'd done my salmon. Salmon's one of the best places I've had salmon is in St. Kitts. And what else I had?
I mean, do they do the whole sort of like, I'm bringing up the obvious, but do they do the whole jerk chicken and everything
100%,
over there? So it's all, you can get all of that over there and great,
100%.
lovely.
Like you literally can just be walking down the strip and there's like a guy with a grill and he's selling like 3 jerk chickens for $10. Do you know what I mean? And then you can keep walking and then they're doing rum punch.
Yes.
Keep walking and they've got Magnum.
Yes.
It's just amazing. And it's always alive. I love that. It's just always alive and kicking. It does remind me of like London because I feel like London don't sleep. So it's just great.
I felt the same when I went over to Jamaica for the first time, and it was just you totally get the essence of the culture, especially when you've grown up with it like outside of their of their country. It's the people are so happy. They're just, it's like this joie de vivre of just like all is good.
I guess I'm gonna have to be the unpopular opinion for this because I felt when I went to Jamaica, I didn't and you know what? Jamaicans have come for me so many times because they thought I was Jamaican. A lot of people thought I was Jamaican until I went to St. Kitts and they were like, oh my gosh, I thought you was Jamaican. I thought it was one of us. Best believe I lost 1,000 followers that day.
Stop it.
1,000 followers within 2 days. And I was like, oh my gosh, like these must be all the Jamaicans then because they must have thought, oh, she's one of us. And now, suspect.
No, she's not.
But no, so when I went there, I didn't have a great experience because I got stranded and like the people that I was dealing with there were very rude to me. So I didn't have a great experience. I got stranded on my birthday. But the best thing about it is I ended up in Jacure's house playing FIFA with him. I mean, and it was just so weird.
I'm not feeling sorry for you right now.
Yeah, it was so weird. But I was just like, you know what? You can't go wrong, can you?
No.
I'm just sitting here with Blogging Boy and we're just playing FIFA. And by the way, I kicked his booty hole.
Yes, you did.
I kicked his bum, mate. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it was a weird situation for me because I didn't really have a great experience. So I can't really talk on the friendliness and the humbleness over there.
I get that.
But, you know, I have got Jamaican friends and to be honest, the majority of the time it's the banter for me that I love. It's the banter and the way that they say things. It's just so straightforward, cutthroat and blunt. It's funny. But yeah, I love my Jamaicans, man. I just have to go back and recreate a better experience.
Well, absolutely. I'll come with you if that's all right.
Yeah.
So sort of back to your family roots as well. When I was sort of doing my research on you, you come from a family of sort of singers, rappers. So it was kind of around you from a very young age. Do you feel like these were the influences in your life? Do you feel like this has sort of helped pave the way for where you've got to now?
That's a good question. I haven't really looked at it like that. I think personally, what done it for me is Sister Nancy Bam Bam. That one song alone. I was 6 years old. I was doing the little melody on my mom's voicemail at the time. And I was my mom was saying I was rapping and stuff. And I was thinking, wow, at 6, I can't even remember me being 6. So from then, it's I knew that I had some musical elements. And then fast forward, I was 12 years old and I remember where I was. I remember the smell, everything. My mom was rocking me on the sofa. Don't ask why. I was actually too old to be getting rocked to sleep, but she was rocking me, and I remember hearing, "Hi, my name is," on the box. So I've gone to turn around, and she's like, "Go to sleep." I'm like, "Mom, please let me watch this, please." I don't know what it was. It was so captivating. Him walking down the road in a Superman outfit and just trolling people. And that literally is the reason why I've done the Queen's speeches. It's like I had to go back to what inspired me.
Wow.
And it was Eminem, like dressing up, being goofy, like doing all these crazy, funny metaphors. And I think that was it. It's literally, I was 12 years old, and I knew I wanted to be a rapper when I seen him. And then I discovered Lil Wayne, and it was like, okay, I like the funny charisma he's got.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna intertwine that. And then Missy Elliott, I like the way that she don't show her body. She's very, very much, she lets the lyrics do the speaking, and the visuals are insane. So I had all these different dynamics that created my style, I guess, and the sound. And I think because I have like the West Indian heritage as well, and the Brummy banter and the accent, it's like all of that combined. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just like a animation or something. I don't know. It's
No,
weird.
I love
could do
it.
so
And
much.
I love actually the people that you've dropped as like your influences, because a lot of people, I got shivers when you said, as soon as you said, "Hi, my name is," I think him in particular was a huge influence for people.
Yes.
Because we hadn't really seen anything like
Yes.
that. You know, like we're both actually the same age. We're born in the same year, by the way, I checked.
Oh, lovely. When's your birthday? What's
Halloween, October
You're
31st.
Libra.
No, Scorpio.
Oh, he's Scorpio.
Yeah, I know.
All my good friends are Scorpios, though.
Are they?
Yeah,
This
my
is
really
it.
close
That's why
friends.
we're in bed together.
Yeah, they're banging.
So I sort of, it really brings it back to of its time.
Yeah.
That was a very good time, I think, for hip hop and rap.
100% iconic.
You know?
The pace of modern life can make us feel like we're always on the go, but Odyssey believes that slow food is the necessary antidote to the restlessness of it all. It brings us together, feeds conversation, creates new traditions, new rituals, and new stories. This is very much the ethos of Crazy Sexy Food, feeding conversations through food, and good food at that. I'm so happy to be partnering with Odyssey on this season of the podcast. They've been scouring Greece and further afield for the finest food producers since 1991, bringing the highest quality flavours that the Mediterranean has to offer. Their range is carefully curated to include hand-selected, traditionally cured olives, award-winning honey from lovingly tended bees, and premium quality oils sourced from only the most acclaimed regional producers. Food is a way to get back in touch with the things that matter most and connect on new and deeper levels. And so the lovely people at Odyssey are offering Crazy Sexy Food listeners 15% off at odyssey.com using the code CSF15.
So sort of fast forwarding and sort of, that's a young age, 12, 14, like very young age.
Mm-hmm.
From the outside, as these things always go, it always looks like you've got like a steady rise to fame. We always look at everyone out there and it's like, oh my God, it just worked for them. And then this thing happened and then that thing happened. Mm-hmm. What was your experience like?
Oh my gosh. So coming up, it's just a hard slog. But you know what? That's all I knew because all I seen my mum do was that. So for me, it wasn't anything that, it was just literally, it didn't feel difficult at the time. But looking back, like I was working and I didn't stop. And I felt like, you know what, if I work now, and it's mad that I even had this mentality at that young age, but I was thinking, if I work now, I'm not going to have to work later. Like how my mum's working later. She couldn't work before because she had all the kids. So I was like, let me work now so I can just chill out in my 30s, 40s, you know what I mean? And yeah, I just worked, grinded. Any opportunity I had to go to London and be on radio stations or freestyles, I quit my job. I quit my Subway job and I was about to be the manager. I love that job. Do you know what I mean? And I got a call. One Extra wanted me to do some freestyle. It was just a freestyle. It wasn't, oh yeah, we want you on the show forever. It was literally just a freestyle, maybe an hour. I said, yeah, Subway, I've got to go, like, I can't work here anymore.
Wow.
I literally I was in love with music and that's all I cared about. So I would, just grind, travel. I'd do £50 shows. My sister would drive me all over the place with her car. And fast forward, I ended up buying her a car just to say thank you for driving me all over, because I didn't have no money to pay her. I would just pay her the £50 I was for the petrol that I was getting paid for the show. So it was a really, really hard grind. And on top of that, I'm a dark-skinned woman. I'm from Birmingham. And, you know, I'm a female. And it's just like... all these boxes are the ones that it's like you try to stay away from, because back in the day you wouldn't see a black woman rapping and, you know, and be successful. There was always...
Well, definitely not in the UK.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Because I can name Lioness, I can name Nole, I can name Shiesty, I can name people that, you know, I grew up listening to, but the actual ultimate success as in transitioning into a international superstar, that you don't need to necessarily get signed now, but at the time I was thinking that was the end goal, getting signed and flying all over the world and touring. But I just feel like these female rappers set the foundation, and especially Miss Dynamite, that was another inspiration of me as far as using my tone in a melodic way but still rapping. Yeah. So her and MC Neat, as far as the UK artists I used to listen to, and Ghetto, because I love Gets, his flow.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a hard grind, and when I come down to London, people were like mimicking me, mocking my voice, and I just ended up not speaking at all. Like people started calling me Mutisha.
Really?
Send Melesha, Mutisha, because I felt like not being bullied. I didn't feel like I was being bullied, but I just felt like I can't speak. I can't be myself. So I just stopped speaking. And I'd only speak when I've been spoken to. And I lost a lot of my personality and my character in music and stuff. So I was just like... So if you go back, you'll hear that a lot of my lyrics are very aggressive and like hard hitting. It's because I was kind of defending myself. Do you know what I mean? But now it's just like... I use all my Brummy accent in the Queen's speeches, because it's like I had to go back to the drawing board and be like, I have to be myself. I have to. That is what's going to set me free, and that's what's going to make me successful. So it's been a hard slog, and I've had people around me that have told me things that, yeah, this will be great to do. And I've done it, and it's just the worst decision ever. So I've had a few regrets and stuff, but I've also learnt from them, and have made me so much stronger. And I've understood now that this industry, it's not designed for women. You have to be resilient. You have to be tough. You have to pull your big pants up, man. Your big girl pants up, and just crack on.
That kind of brings me on to the question of kind of like the rap scene in the UK as well, because I'm a big hip hop head. And I'll be honest, the majority of what I listen to is from the US, but I do try and make an effort to listen to UK rappers, you know, keep my sort of finger on the pulse, so to speak. But I still don't think it's given the recognition that it deserves. I think we've got incredible talent in this country, both male and female, but kind of speaking female to female, you know, there's not many out there. There's not many out there, again, getting the recognition and the limelight that they absolutely should be. How do you think it's going to play out in your eyes? Because you've kind of been in this now for quite a few years.
Yeah.
And do you feel like you've seen changes in the time that you've been on the scene?
100,000,000%.
Okay, you have.
I had to run away from Birmingham because my father would never have let me go down to London. I literally had to leave and sacrifice not being able to see my mum, my family, because I knew if I go back up, it's going to be trouble. So as I've gone, I've never come back, and I've stayed on people's couches, living out bags and boxes. It was that kind of struggle, but it was a pleasurable struggle because it made me who I am, and I think it just made me work harder. But now you don't have to do that. You don't have to run to London. That was the heart of music 10, 15 years ago. And you had to go down there to make a name. But now it's like you got your Bugsy Malones, you got your H's, you know, you got people, RD, people that from their own cities are just doing their thing organically and building from their hometown. And you instantly get your support from your city. And the added bonus is just everyone else listening. But I feel I done it the other way around. Birmingham people wasn't really supporting me. They rated me, but they wasn't really supporting me as far as like pushing me or trying to help me get to that or play my stuff. The radios and stuff, it was different. It's like I had to go to London, create that perception that, oh my gosh, like Lesha's doing bits now. Do you see her on SBTV and Tim Westwood? So it's like you have to create that perception for them to be like, she's one of ours, let's support her now. And it's sad, it shouldn't be like that, but in that case, I just like, oh, we see her all the time. I'm not going to go buy a ticket to her show. She just lives around the corner. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, you don't have to do that now. And I also feel like females, there's so much more female rappers than there was before. 100%. And I think that the one thing that's not going to change is the sex appeal part of a female. I feel like it's just not going to change. Majority of them in the UK have got the sex appeal vibes. I think the only girl that I've always said big up her because she's done it her way and only her way is Little Sims. Like, I feel like she's the only one that's got the international success, that has transitioned, that does live music and feeds us great quality music and doesn't have to show her flesh.
Yeah.
We listen to the bars and we need more of those type of female rappers. And it's not no shade to the female rappers that do have the sex appeal, because if that's how you are as a person, then you do what you do, innit? You know what I mean? Because I'm me because of how I am.
Yeah.
But for me personally, I think about my nephews and nieces and what they're listening to and stuff, and a lot of them are listening to the drill and they're saying all this violent stuff and they don't even know what certain words are. And the girls that they're looking at is, I don't know, I feel like that's why I don't swear in my lyrics. That's why I don't show my flesh and stuff, because
I respect that, actually, because I think I think in this day and age, a lot of people can feel that pressure to kind of conform to a certain ideal, right?
Yes.
And actually, you mentioned someone who I would probably say is my favourite female rapper of all time, which is Missy Elliott.
Yes.
And me growing up with her, she did not show anything.
This is it.
And also, you know, something to do with like her body shape, for example. Like, I was slightly bigger when I was younger.
Yeah.
And I would look at her and think, oh, okay, so I don't need to be, listen, no disrespect to like Lil Kim or someone, but I don't need to be dressing in little like hot pants and my boobies out.
Yeah.
I can put on a tracksuit and a sick pair of trainers and that's okay.
Well, this is it. I feel like you need a balance. And that's why I like Aaliyah was a balance, because she had that pretty face with the tomboy swag. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I like, the Tiana Taylor. Like, that is like that little sexy but tomboyish. I love that, and I feel like that is me. I grew up as a tomboy. I grew up on mainly men rappers and females, and I did know of Little Kim and Foxy Brown back then. Foxy was I'm more connected with Foxy. I didn't used to listen to her like that, but I'm more connected with her because I knew she had the Caribbean heritage. So that's what locked me in. But I never used to watch her videos. I'll just listen to the music. And saying that as well, going back to Eminem, as much as he was one of the most foul-mouthed guys, he never inspired me to swear. It's weird.
That's so interesting.
He never inspired me to do that. The only thing he inspired me to do was rap American. I did have that era when I was rapping American. I had to discover and find myself. Because I was just like, this is the only way you can make it. You have to have the American accent. But everything has changed now, and I do believe a lot of the American artists are looking at the UK.
100%.
You know, Drake is a prime example. Do you know what I mean? So, it's great. It's always going to be getting better, I feel.
Absolutely. Well, speaking of sexy men, hydrate, call me. I think our food's arrived.
Oh, wow.
I think it's time to eat.
Oh, my gosh. What are you getting again? You're getting the salmon,
I've got a smoked salmon bagel coming.
Yes, the salmon, man.
I may have ordered some other bits, by the way.
Okay.
You'll see.
More salmon? Or no? Because I'll love you forever.
Oh, wow. Oh my God. Oh my God. I've never seen something so beautiful.
Oh, the flavours, the colours.
Jesus Christ.
There's like 3 things here that I've never tried before. It's actually crazy.
What else? What have you not tried?
I've never had those.
You've never had a pancake?
I've never had like, you know, the ones that you like, the thick ones.
Oh.
I've had like.
See, that's how I like a pancake.
See, I've never tried like this. I've only had them like when my mom's made it for pancake day.
Okay.
I haven't had avocado. And I've
this
never
one
tried...
really shocks me, man.
Really?
Yeah, it really shocks me.
Why is that?
How would you feel about just having a tiny little bite? What are you worried about? What is it about it?
It's worrying. Look at it.
It's worrying.
We've already got a green. You know what I mean? Like, don't try and overshine cucumber, because I told you cucumber's my fave.
That's true, actually. Yeah.
Like, you're trying to be the next cucumber. Look at the texture of it and the colour of it. My thing is that it just came out of nowhere, and I was very. It just seemed very.
You weren't
sus.
prepared.
It felt sus everywhere I looked. It was on billboards and stuff. Avocado. was on billboards and it was just like on adverts, and I was like, why are they pushing this so much?
Because it's so bloody good for you.
Oh, is it?
It's a very
See, I didn't
good.
even know that.
It's a very good fat. It's very high in fat, but it's a
Right.
good fat. It's also just a very good. The combination of it with salmon is really nice. It's
Why
sort of
is it squishy like that?
that
Because
means
I've
it's
only saw
right.
it like smashed.
Okay, just do
Ooh,
like
that looks disgusting.
no, just do like a tiny like.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Have a drink to him, just in case.
I actually can't believe I'm doing this. Like, everyone that tried to shove this in my mouth, I said, don't you dare. But
It's
I'll
not.
do
No,
it
this
with
is
ya.
a good one. I just tried a bit. It's actually really nice.
Of course you're going to say
No,
that.
no,
You
no,
love
no, no.
it.
Trust me, because you can get some really bad avocados.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is nice and ripe. It's ready for you.
This is a red flag that it's
Here we
breaking
go,
off
here we
and
go.
falling.
She's taking a tiny bite. Oh, she's put the whole thing in her mouth.
Hold on a minute. I'm not sure if I like it or if it's that sauce underneath that's bringing it
No,
together.
it's the avocado. It's the avocado.
It's a sauce. What is it? Is that's like cheese or something, isn't it? Like Philadelphia.
Hold on.
You know what it is? I've just over-exaggerated. It's not that bad.
You heard it here first.
It's not that
Oh
bad.
my God, we're here.
And on top of that, you said it's healthy, so I can't really go wrong with it. So maybe I should try
I'm going to get
start...
a crate sent to your house.
Don't kill me. Oh my gosh.
You also said that you've never tried like an American pancake.
Yeah, I've never ever.
So that is a proper stack. That is a beautiful stack of
Yeah.
pancakes.
So what do? You put
So
the...
I would do like, do you like maple syrup?
I've never had that neither. Just so you know, I'm
Hold
one of
on a
those
second,
people
what?
that if it doesn't look nice, I'm not going to try
Wait,
it.
what do you mean you've never tried maple syrup?
I've never tried maple syrup. I feel like because of what it looks like, I just know I'm not going to like it. I never
Do you
used
like
to have...
sugary things?
Yeah. But I don't like caramel, toffee
Just dip
kind
a
of
just
vibes.
dip your fork in that a
Oh
second.
God, she's making me do everything today.
This was actually a challenge podcast.
Oh, is it?
It's just like liquid. It's just sugary. I mean,
smells like
the
sweet
amount that
vinegar.
she's putting on this spoon. Oh, okay.
It tastes like something that I've already had before because I've never had this before. It's like melted down caramel.
It is. It's kind of like well, it's a bit like okay. It's not honey, but it's
it's giving that
sort
honey
of
texture.
Yeah.
It's sweet.
I'm gonna just pour this just because I'm gonna try a
Zesty.
bit.
I can't like that. Looks banging going down like that. Like Instagram
That
worthy.
is sexy, man. That is sexy.
It does look beautiful.
Look at that
Aesthetically
drip.
pleasing.
Look at the drip.
Look at the drip. Look at the
Oh
sauce.
my God. Okay. This is all getting messy. Are you going to have a bite of yours? Are you going to have a bit of your bagel?
Yeah, 100%. I'm going to box this
Okay,
down.
all right.
But I just wanted to ask, is that like the combo with pancakes, only maple syrup?
No, not at all. I think it's just preference, whatever you fancy.
Oh,
But
okay.
I would say that a typical American style pancake dish would be like maple syrup with bacon.
Oh, wow.
That's very
Even not pork.
American.
Okay.
But in the UK, we don't. That's not a typical British pancake. You'd get like the crepes, like
Oh, okay.
super thin,
Right.
with like sugar and lemon.
Yeah.
You know, pancake day.
bit.
Okay, she's
Oof.
going in. She's going in.
I'm going
I'm
in.
gonna just. I need to just try this
This
pancake.
salmon.
Hold on a sec.
The salmon's been looking me in the face all this
We were just
time.
saying as well when the food was coming in, we felt a bit like we were on Home Alone 2 in New York, sitting in the Plaza Hotel, just like, okay, hold on. But we're
Don't
at
you
the Four
just
Seasons.
love salmon though? Like, I'm looking at it, I'm just like, why are you so pretty? You are so
Is this the only
beautiful.
fish you eat? Would you eat other fish?
I eat like I love my prawns, I love my lobster, I love my salmon, but I also I can't do tuna. I'm not a
Okay.
tuna person. Unless it's tartar.
Oh, okay.
I can do tartar.
Mm-hmm.
What other fishes is there?
I know what you mean. Okay, so with tuna, I don't like cooked tuna. It has to be raw as well.
Right.
Like, do you like sushi?
Yeah, I've only just like maybe 2 years ago I locked in on I never had like salmon sushi before because I just thought, oh, that's raw. It's not even smoked. But I've tried it now. I love it because it's like the soya sauce brings it all together, and I just love salty stuff. So I love you.
I think you need to try a bit of this.
That's oak smoked salmon.
Oh,
There's one time before.
She knows the wood chips that it was smoked upon.
I actually done like a salmon tasting test before, and I had to guess what it was, and I got them all right. And I had a cold. But they just kept giving me different types of salmon. I was like, yep, that's oat, that's honey.
You were also on Celebrity MasterChef.
Yeah.
Right,
Oh,
talk to me about this, because this show stresses me out a little bit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like tension. There's a lot of anxiety.
Exactly that.
Tell me what your experience was like.
Before I actually went on this show, I never used to cook. I was a Deliveroo babe. I would order every single day. And because I didn't really know how to cook. Do you know what I mean? I've always been on the go, petrol station food, do you know what I mean? So, I had to hold my hands up. I'm not a great person when it comes to the kitchen. But when they approached me, it was like, do you want to come on the show? I was like, I'm just going to go on for the bants. Why not? I'm just going to wing it, no pun intended, and just go on for the bants. So I ended up, I think a week prior to going on, I thought, you know what? I can't actually I'm thinking about St. Kitts now. I'm thinking I can't let the Caribbean down now. I'm thinking I should just like try and do some dishes like from St. Kitts or whatever, So I contacted this girl who was a chef, and she taught me how to cook the best salmon and like a freeway plantain duck dish as well.
Wow.
It was amazing when she done it. But when I went on the show, I burnt the plantain, which is like one of the worst things you can do as a West Indian. and I ruined the duck was bleeding. I didn't let it sit out.
Oh, no.
So as I've served it all, it's also the blood's going all over the plantain, the mashed potato plantain. I'm like, oh my God. It was a mess. But they said if I got into the semi-finals. I don't know how I done it.
That's all right then.
I cooked my salmon because I mainly went on there to show them
You knew what you were doing.
I'm a G when it comes to salmon. So I'm in front of them now, Greg, and I'm like, oh, what are they going to say? And he said, it's beautiful. I was like, he was like, the only thing I would say is you're meant to have the salmon turned like with the skin up.
Got
but
you.
I never eat the skin on salmon. Don't ask me why. I don't know what
about
it
if
is.
it's super, super crispy?
I don't like crisp. I don't like soft crisp. I don't actually like the skin. I think it's because it's got the scales on.
Yeah, okay. I think it's very much like a bit like Marmite. You love it or hate it.
Yeah, so that's why I just put it on the top. But yeah, they complimented me, and I was like, right, that's it. I don't even need to even be here. That's all I needed to know, that I can cook a salmon.
Do you feel like being on MasterChef gave you a bit more confidence in the kitchen?
100%. I learned so much, and I learned about like how you can pan fry salmon and then put it in the oven to have like an extra crisp. There's so many little things that they taught me. And after the show, I started cooking. I deleted my Deliveroo app and I started cooking, and I didn't stop. I tried to cook lobster. I brought like a big Dutch pot. I was doing chicken, lasagna.
Oh, wow.
I was like, wow, like...
This was quite life-changing.
It was life-changing. But again, I only put myself into challenges like this that I know I'm going to continue doing. Because when I went on Dancing on Ice, I dance on ice all to this day. I still go ice skating, but I was petrified of ice skating before. So every TV show I go on, I make sure I continue that in my life. Like, it's not just to be on the show.
Would you go in the jungle?
They've asked me before. And you know what? I did the bush trucker trial when I went over just to do, like, to talk about it. They were like, oh, you got a good personality. Do you want to do the bush trucker trial? I ended up doing it. I said to them, I will do it as long as there's no spiders. What did they put in there? I've got arachnophobia, petrified.
Right, okay.
But I did it and everything was great. And they asked me to actually go on the show. And I was like, you know what? I can't, because you guys know that I don't like spiders now. And I know you're going to set me up. And I don't know how I'm going to react. I honestly don't. Like, if you put me in a coffin with spiders, no, I just can't do it.
I would love to see you in the jungle.
I think I will do it now, because now I've got my own house, and being in an apartment, you don't really see a lot of spiders. So I come from an apartment to a house, and I've actually saw spiders in my house now, and I was petrified, but I've got the confidence to kill them.
Yeah.
I never used to kill them before. I would literally scream the house down until my mum got it. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I feel like I could probably go on it now.
Okay. Any of the producers? She's ready.
Oh, I'm ready.
So I just want to bring it back to the food for a second, but actually in relation to your career, something that I love asking artists is, when you're on tour or when you're performing, sorry, she's busy, she's eating cucumber, she's got a cucumber in her mouth. Do you
How do you sort of plan your eating schedule with performances? Do you eat a certain few hours before you're going on stage? And also, what is on your rider?
So, I'll answer your first question. I barely eat as it is now. Like,
Okay.
I was definitely cooking more before, but I've slowed down. Just before I go onto the stage, I tend not to eat because I feel like it bloats me. It makes me a little bit more sluggish. And also, it makes me go that harder because I know that like food's waiting for me at the end.
Yeah.
I'm a rider. Of course, I've got my smoked salmon. It's just mandatory. I've got my cheese strings. I've got my baby bells. I'm a little kid. I love my cheese. I've got water. I'll have a Hennessy, 'cause that's one of my favourite alcohols. What else do I have? Little bits and pieces, I guess, because my DJ, he likes to like nibble all my food. So I've got like a little section for him as well. But mainly it's just the salmon.
And so
salad.
you won't eat any of that beforehand. You'll wait until afterwards.
I'll wait until afterwards. I'll take it home with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why
I'll take
not?
it home and eat it on the way home. Like,
Have you ever thought about smoking your own salmon?
I've thought about doing my own salmon line. But when I thought about how am I going to make this happen? That's when I was just stagnant because it's like, I don't even know where I'm meant to go to make this happen. Do I go to Scotland? Is this where?
Well, I think because you're also renovating a house, I think you could create like a little outhouse in your garden
I
or
have
something,
got one as well.
and like create a whole I don't know, is it a smoker?
Is it smoking?
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I feel like this could be quite cool.
Dope. I've got an actual summer house as well, and I'm not using it.
Well,
for anything,
I think this is what might need to happen.
Oh my gosh.
This is going to be the start of the business.
Hopefully.
I'm really excited for you, honestly.
Don't steal my idea, guys. I'm going to copyright it as soon as I get out of this bed. Salmon and seafood.
Now that you love avocado, what are other foods that you dislike?
It was not so long ago that I first tried tomatoes.
Okay.
I'm very stubborn. Onions.
Okay.
I never used to have onions. I think it was during MasterChef a few years ago that I started eating onions. Dislike though, I've never tried Marmite, so I don't know if I dislike that. But the look of it, I don't think.
I feel like I've given you a lot today to try, and I feel like if I gave you Marmite, it might tip you over the edge.
Marmite
We might
tip
do
you
that.
over.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. That's why she's a rapper.
This is right.
And when you're out and about, favourite restaurants? I know you've mentioned one of them.
Yeah, Burger and Lobster is one of my go-to. It used to be Nando's at a stage. I used to go there every single day and order the same thing: halloumi, a medium half chicken, and the peri-peri chips. That's all I just have every time. And the mango quencher thing they'd have.
Yeah. I actually love
every day.
knowing what people's Nando's orders are.
Yeah.
Why are you going in at medium? Why not hot?
I was very... My taste buds just wasn't developed then. We're talking like 2013. I used to bang it out every single day, and I never liked new stuff or hot stuff. But now I think I'm matured now. My taste buds are kind of getting themselves together, and I'm trying hot stuff now and spicy stuff, whereas I never used to do that before.
Okay.
Just stick to what I know.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I always finish my conversations with a few.
We're finishing.
Well, no, I've actually got I've also got something to ask you if you're happy
food.
and if you're comfortable to do it.
Yeah.
As the queen of freestyle, I
Queen of freestyle?
I can't let you leave without asking you if you can drop a few
Eesh.
bars. You don't have to do it right
Okay,
away.
give me like
A topic:
give me 3 words and I'll try.
crazy, sexy food.
Okay. Oh, Lord. Okay. Chilling in the bed. You know how we do. I got my salmon. That's my favourite food. I'm so crazy when it comes to fruit. Maybe I should just be quiet and put myself on mute. But actually, I'm not going to do that because I feel quite sexy. I'm with the lovely, beautiful lady here, and we ain't even had any sexy time.
Yet.
True, bless me. That was absolutely horrid, but
I love it.
we'll keep it there. I'm really bad. Because you know what it is with freestyling? When people say, oh, freestyle, I actually write. I can't freestyle.
No, I know.
Nikki can just be there. I can't do that, man.
I didn't want to. I hate asking, but I'm also like, I think she'll just do it in the moment. Let's just see what happens. That was great. That was good. I loved that. But we do finish with some quick fire questions. These have to be quick fire.
Okay.
We're not here for a paragraph answer. Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
What's the craziest food you've ever eaten?
Snail.
Oh, that's my phobia, by the way.
Is it?
I have a phobia of snails. I know, it's very weird.
I thought these were just one answer questions.
I know, sorry. I've just prolonged it. Get me out of here. Okay, second question. What's been your most memorable meal?
Salmon.
What a particular place that you had salmon?
I'm going to change it and say conch then.
Okay.
Conch.
Yeah, I think that's actually a nice answer. Okay. My favourite snack of all time is a packet of crisps. What's your favourite flavour of crisps?
Cheese and onion.
Ooh.
Or beef.
Oh.
Because you know the Space Raiders, that's my favourite beef, Space Raiders.
Beautiful. Okay, I'll take that answer. Favourite Kittitian dish?
It's got to be the conch.
Yeah. Starter or dessert?
Starter. Can't go wrong with starter.
What food sums up happiness for you?
Oh, like this.
Yeah.
I talk about salmon like it's my actual husband or wife or something. Like genuinely,
this is amazing.
I love it. I'm in love with it.
This bit, we're going to talk about this afterwards. This is starting. Final question: live to eat or eat to live?
Oh,
A little bit of philosophicalness.
eat
for
to
you.
live.
Really?
Yeah, I guess so.
Why?
I mean, I'd only live to eat for salmon, so I'm just trying to, every food in the world, it would just be eat to live. But if we're just specifically talking about salmon,
This is like the
eat.
final meal. This is when all is said is done. This is what you're going to have, isn't it?
Yeah.
This
we'll
is
go
it.
Live to eat. We'll go live to eat.
She said it. The Queen of Salmon, Lady Salmon. That's her new name. Lady. Do you know what? That might be the business name, actually.
Lady Salmon.
Lady Salmon. Lady Leshurr, thank you so much.
Thank you.
This has been such a joy.
It's been a pleasure.
As I said, this was quick. We were in bed straight away, 5 minutes, bang, done.
Didn't even
Please,
get my
can we
clothes off.
hang out again and eat
course,
salmon
man,
and
yeah.
eat conch, whatever you want to call it. We're going to go back to Jamaica. We're going to make her love it again. She's going to get those followers back on. Thank you so much. Until next time.
Thank you for listening. If you love what you hear, please subscribe and review. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram @CrazySexyFood. Until next time, bye.